morning. This is KELOLAND On The Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your weekend. We also have your boredom busters coming up, but first, our top story. A letter from the bishop and new school policies are laying out the views of the Catholic Diocese of Sioux Falls about participation of LGBTQ people in church or in school. A letter dated last week from Bishop Donald DeGrood is titled Gifts of the Divine Creator on Being Male and Female. In it, DeGrood writes, "We are called to acknowledge and accept our sexual identity as male or female." He also claims that transgender ideology undermines the very basis for marriage and family, which are foundational to human society itself. Now, a 2021 American Psychological Association resolution takes a different stance. It encourages the recognition of transgender and non-binary identities as healthy expressions of gender. The diocese also has a policy on sexuality in educational settings, which, according to a message from the bishop, was recently adopted. The policy states that students cannot advocate, celebrate, or express either same-sex attraction or transgenderism in a way that would cause confusion or distraction in the context of Catholic school classes, activities, or events. It also says that teachers or staff cannot refer to a student by a pronoun which corresponds with the opposite sex. KELOLAND News has not heard back from the diocese about our interview request with Bishop DeGrood. The Sioux Falls School District says it is listening to feedback and willing to make adjustments when it comes to a new dress code being rolled out at one of its schools this fall. The district told parents that kids at Axtell Park School would have to wear dark or khaki long pants and a shirt provided by the school. Middle and high school students studying at Axtell are described by the district as those with the highest chance of not graduating. Parents like Jennifer Wentzler said students rejected the dress code once they got wind of it.
I think the school was probably trying to build more of a community cohesiveness, make them more feel like part of something. But unfortunately, the way that it got out, the students knew before the parents did, and they decided they weren't going to wear this dress code before they even got home.
Last week, parents received a revised dress code that allows jeans, sweatpants, and leggings. It also allows shorts in the first and fourth quarters. The dress code says students will wear the provided gray Axtell shirt or a plain solid-colored polo shirt. Court documents are shedding new light on a connection between Tuesday night's officer-involved shooting in Sioux Falls and the man accused of firing a gun into the air the next morning. Authorities arrested Elliott Byrd following a standoff Thursday night. Officers spotted Byrd and another man driving and tried pulling them over. The two men got out of the car and ran into an apartment building, barricading themselves inside. They surrendered after several hours.
Further investigation revealed that the apartment that they were found in was not theirs, and they had broken into it to evade police officers. Luckily, that apartment was not occupied at the time that they broke into it.
In an affidavit, one of the people allegedly confronted by Byrd told police the suspect said he was going to kill someone from the city because they killed his brother. Authorities have not released the name of the man killed in the officer-involved shooting. That case has been turned over to the state DCI, which is standard police procedure. Let's get our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. It's a mild start to the day out there. Cloudy for now, but I think we get some sunshine in place later on in the afternoon. Here's a view downtown from our camera with a view north. 71 at the airport with a north wind of 6 miles per hour. That cloud cover really kept temperatures quite in check in portions of southeastern and east central South Dakota. 68 right now, for example, in Brookings as well as Huron. 69 degrees in Yankton and in Aberdeen. 61 though in Pierre. 62 Rapid City that has some clearer skies out to the west. Winds predominantly out of the northeast river and then a variable direction as you go further to the west. But still, it's a calm breeze all the same. It's also a calm start to the day in terms of a lack of active weather, but we do have the chance for some showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two as you go to the west. So heads up out towards Sturgis. We'll talk about the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. Well, a very important veteran has arrived in Sioux Falls for today's ceremony at the Battleship Memorial. 96-year-old Leon G. of California flew into the Sioux Falls Regional Airport Friday afternoon. G. was a radar operator on the USS South Dakota during World War II and witnessed naval history off the coast of Japan.
It was one of the first ships that fired upon the Japanese homeland, and We were in the northern island of Hokkaido, shelling one of the steel mills up there when we heard they dropped the A-bomb. And after that, a day or two later, the war had ended.
G says it was a privilege serving aboard the South Dakota with his shipmates. G may be the only former crew members able to attend today's ceremony honoring the 80th anniversary of the battleship's commissioning. The free event begins at 10 a.m. this morning. Keynote speaker Paul Stilwell will also sign copies of his new book, Battleship Commander, at 2 p.m. The Sioux Empire Fair wraps up the W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds with 2 performances of rodeo. The Sioux Empire Championship Rodeo takes place at 1:30 and at 7 p.m. Events include barrel racing, steer wrestling, and bull riding. Admission to the rodeo is free with a fair admission, which is $10 for adults and $5 for children. Today's fair hour is run from 10 a.m. to midnight. Carnival rides on the Midway open at noon. The Outdoor Campus in Sioux Falls is hosting a hunting gear giveaway where you can pick out gently used hunting and fishing gear for your closet and enter to win door prizes. The giveaway takes place from 10 to 4. There will also be an open house for fishing and archery at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. All equipment will be provided. The Poe Ramblin' Boys are the featured performers at the free Levitt at the Falls concert in downtown Sioux Falls. The Levitt Lawn opens at 6:30. The music starts at 7. Nathan Barrow is the opening act. The Canaries baseball team takes on the Lake Country Dock Hounds at Sioux Falls Stadium. First pitch is at 6:05. Adam?
Well, it should be good to go for the outdoor plans today in the Sioux Falls area as we do stay dry and we get in on a little more sunshine later in the day. That in turn will help us at least warm up into the 80s, but not by much. We're talking about low to mid 80s for high temperatures. West River, though, I think we get a little bit warmer. We have a better chance of getting into the 90s at that point. Again, not much happening right now on satellite and radar. We've had a couple of showers down toward the southwestern corner of South Dakota, but really that's been just about it. Everybody else, cloudy at times, but still quiet all the same. Goodness knows, though, we really do need help in the rain gauge. Right along the Cheyenne River between Hockhart and Ziebach counties, we have that extreme drought bullseye right in place. Also, southeastern KELOLAND seeing that extreme and severe drought migrate further and further to the north into Yankton County, as well as Turner and Lincoln County, just about reaching back up toward the Sioux Falls area. We really could use some rain, and we do have some in the forecast. Just not immediately. Out to the west, we'll see some showers and thunderstorms develop later in the day, and that will migrate eastward as we head into your day on Sunday. No Sunday evening, trying to put a few showers in place in the Sioux Falls area, but the better chance will be overnight into your day on Monday. You notice right where that axis is located, it's right over that extreme drought area from Yankton to Sioux City. So this will be a welcome sight, assuming all of this holds true. Now, that being said, beyond the 7-day forecast, we do favor odds for above average temperatures and below average rainfall. For the former, may not be by too much, but still it'll be something to consider, and it's not what we want, is considering we have to combine that with below average chances for rain. Highs today climbing into the 80s East River, with a 91-degree reading being the exception in Yankton. Out west, generally in the low to mid 90s. Overnight lows tonight falling into the 60s west of the James River. To the east, it'll be either side of 60 with 50s toward Minnesota and northwestern Iowa. The rest of your 7-day forecast is, in a word, seasonable, with no egregious heat and no really chilly nights coming around anytime soon. But we do have some much needed rain on the way late Sunday into Monday, and then some scattered shower chances Tuesday and Wednesday. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.